Hello there, hello. So in September 2024, God, I can't remember what year it was now. It was a bit of a growth year, I think, this year. We'll do some filming around, some stories, some things which have worked out pretty well this year. I don't think there's been anything bad. I haven't done as much as I could have done, but you know, it's been a bit of a weird year, to be honest. Weather-wise too, it's been quite a mediocre summer, very mediocre to be honest, but either way, let's show you the garden. So the grass, a bit patchy. I put actually some food down, but it went terribly wrong. I've got massive lines of it, but I'm going to kill it off, I think. Start again. We'll come to that now. I'll start from the side of the garden, which has only been done this year. We'll start at the end and we'll work our way down. So I keep chopping in two in a little bit, just trying to get things nice really to what I want, and don't be scared of changing things, you know. Dig things out, replant it. I've done a lot of that. I used to have a Mediterranean fan palm here, now I've got a yellow wave, I think it's called a yellow wave, Formium. It gets pretty big. Got some this, I'm not sure what the grass it is. I found it on a YouTube video, but it's like a bamboo grass type thing. It doesn't get too big, it only gets to about way high. But obviously, rather than a big bunch of us stuck it at the front there, hopefully it'll kind of like fan out, you know, maybe 4 or 5 nice bushy grass, and then the Formium will go over the top of it. Then it'll look quite nice. Mango black grass there. Now I did have it dotted around, but I realised, you know, let's put it in a big bunch. Again, you can separate that, put it around your garden. It's grass, remember, so it will, it's not a massive spreader, but it will take over eventually. Obviously spiderweb Formium, it's grown a little bit. Nothing else is only planted this year, so you know, and then a lot slower than the normal green Radiant. Bit of ferns. I did have the ferns at the front, big gap here, but I decided nope, it's going to cram it all in. Let's cram it all in underneath it, because when the Fatsia gets taller, the ferns can go underneath it. I think it'll look better. Another grass here had last year. Again, this is a bushy one, but I keep moving it, so I keep setting it back, or the winter keeps defoliating it. I think it does too. I've got a soft cress. You get them everywhere, to be honest, but I think that's grown a little bit since I bought it. But yeah, that'll look nice when it starts to get a little bit higher. Again, the Fatsia and this will be taking over this space personally. Licorice and lime Formium there, which I just want this to bulk up a little bit, to be honest, get a little bit more taller. Hopefully it does. I'm tempted to spread that out a little bit too around the garden, but it's a next year job. This plant, my brother gave it to me, has a big yellow flower, which is okay, but I am tempted to get rid of it. But I do kind of like the green lush jungly side of the garden here. Anyway, pink china, I believe, or elephant ears. I know they seem to have a family, but I've got a bit of a mixture, I think, in here. But I actually do think these are pink china, which I got given a couple. I bought some at the beginning of the year, and they've done okay. The slugs start to eat, or caterpillar. I think the caterpillars, to be fair, start to eat it. But yeah, I think it's a caterpillar. There's a bit of soil. Let's see if we can find it. No, it doesn't really matter, does it? Near the end of the year now. So this is the fuchsia bamboo. It's not a runner, it's a clumping bamboo. I got a root barrier that I did this year around it. It's probably about 2 foot down. So because it's a clumping, hopefully it doesn't spread, and it's quite thin as well. So hopefully this will definitely get bigger, but not too big. I reckon they'll get about 5 foot, which is perfect. So it'll probably hit the top of the fence panel there. I'll zoom out a little bit there. Some bedding plants, nice green. It's like the red banana, but it's the green variant of it, same family. I've got myself a Trachycarpus palm. This is actually a cross hybrid between a Princep and a Waggy. I think it's actually a Waggy Princep. So you can see a little bit of a blue shine to it. That's actually a little bit. Actually, I've got a label here. Is it a Waggy Princep? It is a Waggy Princep. That one is obviously. I'm not gonna lie to you. This palm, I didn't know where to put it, but I wanted a palm here. That is not the fastest growing, but again, I've only planted it this year again, so I need the roots to go down. It needs to get established. I think I've given it enough room. Obviously the leaves, it don't even matter, the back leaves, I can kind of trim them, or they can just bend back, because eventually we'll get over the fence line, so I'm not too fussed about that. Just making sure that the base of the palm, which don't grow too big, has enough room to be here, which I think it does, you know. And the worst case scenario is I can always dig it out in like 4 or 5 years time, replant it, maybe longer, but it definitely grows faster in the ground than it would do in a pot for sure. This is a I love a palm. This is a Sable palmetto, which is a I think it's a California palm, but sables are very hardy, very, very hardy, but they grow ridiculously slow in our climate because it needs the heat. Now, saying that, it has grown a little bit, but again, roots down, it needs time, and it doesn't get too big in our climate, I don't think, but it has some nice leaves on a palm, and obviously with the banana eventually being moved, I reckon, in a few years, then we can hopefully get a bit of a trunk on that. This is, I can't remember the name of it. It has a nice bright red flower, early spring, so that's why I've got that, you know. And like I said, I'm not gonna lie to you, probably not all of this, but some of this stuff won't be here next year. It's just trial and error. So we've got my yucca strata there. I've had it actually for about 5 years, but I moved it from over there. So a lot of the leaves died back. You can probably see a couple of them are a bit faded now, but I think it's doing okay. It's in a lot of gravel now, so it's going to like it more than it would do in the not clay, but you know, it's still in a raised bed up there where it was before, but it's still in soil. So obviously it's a desert plant pretty much, isn't it? So this plant, again, you can, apologies on names and stuff, but it has like a big rosette red flower. I've moved this from over there too, so hasn't done what I wanted it to do this year. However, I think it will next year, hopefully. Mediterranean fan palm, which I think it's actually done fantastic. This is the first palm I've actually ever bought, which was over 5 years ago now. Now this has been in 3 parts, in the ground in 3 locations. So I've set this back too many times. This is definitely its final resting place, and to be honest, it's done really well. It's got its roots down really well. I've had 4 or 5 leaves off it this year, and yeah, it looks smart. Obviously, a single trunk, that's what I want. I do not want this to multiply, sprout off the size. I'll keep this and this next one here, which is just a cheap one off B&M's, you know, that I bought last year. I'll keep them single trunks, of course, if I can. So this one, like I said, for you know, it's been damaged for the winter. 2 years ago we had a shocking winter that killed a lot of my palm trees, but this has come back. Obviously it's grown 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5. That was obviously the winter damaged one. It's rotted a little bit. This is a Peri Eye agave. It was in a pot in my conservatory in the ground for the first time this year. So this bed, no, it's not mine. This bed's obviously it's full gravel pretty much. So look, yeah, it's pretty much full gravel. So lots of drainage. Sorry, the reason why I went dead quiet then, because I thought someone's at my door. This is a kind of like a yucca. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put the description in the comments. This is a Peripheral Mediterranean fan palm. This is a monkey trunk palm, and I got off the internet this year. Planted it again. It's done okay. It's obviously getting its root down for the first time. It is a slow grower, this one. I think maybe 3-4 leaves this year, which is pretty good. It will try to suck everywhere, so I have been chopping them off. I'm going to keep 3. One head going straight up, this one going to come out a little bit, and this one going to come out a little bit here too. I don't want it too sparse and too clumpy because I've got obviously not much room. Got my green variant cordyline. Now these got set back 2 years ago in the winter. They're probably about 7 foot tall, so above the fence line there. A really bad winter, froze -11-12, cut down, but when they die, we think they're dead, they'll sprout off babies, and I've got 2. I did have 3 or 4. I've decided to have 2. It may change to 1. We'll see how it goes. Just some more grasses, phormiums. This is my largest Trachycarpus fortunei. I've had this now on the ground for 4 years, and it's got a nice trunk. As I said before, with that palm over there, the trunks don't get too big. I think if you look at the distance that I've got, I think I planted that perfect. It will get a little bit thicker, but not by much. I've just got like some ferns down there. This is a new addition. I don't know if you had it in my last video. It's a little phormium. I love phormiums, spiky plants, really nice. Red banana, it's doing okay this year. Every year it does get a bit bigger, but I never get it going massive. People, it's the biggest it has been so far. And we'll do another video next year. Obviously you can maybe compare both of them, but it's doing okay. Oh, do I have anything over here? Oh yeah, I do. However, the biggest one, soft caress, I think it's called. Doing okay, yeah. A bit shaded now because of the plants and my bananas and stuff, but I think it's done okay. And it will get bigger, so I think that'll look nice. Next to me, I've got a Wagoneer's Princep again. This has done okay. Done pretty well. Actually, it's done phenomenal this year. This is the first time looking at it for a good couple of months. In terms of the base, not the biggest. You can see that, but it's getting there. Getting there. In terms of the whiteness of it, the leaves aren't stiff, which is a shame. Again, it has got a lot of white behind it, but this did spitball 2 years ago, so as it's coming back, I think it's done pretty well. Spotty.e or whatever it's called, it has been have a white rosette flower. I've had it 2 years and now it has. I think it's a bit too dry. Now I'll put a banana, Musa Baju. Take the cover off, hold on.